Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Against the Spread. My name is Alex, your host for this channel. In this channel, we're going to be discussing point spreads for both the NFL and NBA. Even though we are already in week 4 of the 2018 NFL season, we got to start somewhere. So we're going to be discussing point spreads for each respective team and seeing what team can cover their respective spreads. Once the NBA season starts off, or 2018 NBA season starts off, we're going to be discussing those point spreads and what respective teams might be able to cover those spreads. So let's start off talking about week 4, the NFL. Looks like we have first game up. We're going to discuss the New York Jets versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. So the way it works is I'm going to be giving a forecast and predicting what team can cover their respective spread. So, the Jets and the Jaguars. Looks like the New York Jets are the underdog in this game. Looks like Vegas is giving them point spread of 7.5 points, and the over and under is set at 38.5 points. I'm predicting a score of 20-23, Jets 20, Jaguars 23. It's going to be a very close game, but I have the New York Jets covering their spread at a point scored of 43. So my prediction is they're going to be going over the 38.5 point spread that Vegas has put together. Next game up, Buffalo Bills versus the Green Bay Packers. Buffalo Bills surprised us all in week 3. And this week, looks like they are getting a spread of 10.5 points with the over and under set at 45.5 points. I got a score of 16-20. Got the Green Bay Packers pulling off the victory, but not enough to cover that spread of 10.5 points. Got the Buffalo Bills losing by 4, but still going to be able to cover that spread. And total combined points is at 36 points with the prediction here, which means they are going to be going under the respective 45.5 points that Vegas has given. Next game up, the New England Patriots versus the Miami Dolphins. Got another close game. I got the New England Patriots winning by a score of 26-20. Point spread on that, the New England Patriots got to be covering a point spread of 6.5 points. Got them winning by 6 points, so I have the Miami Dolphins covering that spread and taking home that victory when it comes to the point spread. The over and under is set at 47.5 with the forecasted score. I have a combined score of 46 points. I got the teams going under for that respective game. Next one up, Cincinnati Bengals versus Atlanta Falcons. Looks like the Cincinnati Bengals are getting a favorable point spread of 5.5 points. I have a score of 17-23. I got the Atlanta Falcons winning that game by a spread of 6 points. I have Atlanta covering that point spread at 5.5. Over and under set at 51.5. With the forecasted score I have put together, looks like they're going to be scoring 40 points together. Looks like they're going to be going under for this game. Next game up, Baltimore Ravens versus Pittsburgh Steelers. Looks like Baltimore Ravens are getting a favorable spread of 3.5 points. Got the Baltimore Ravens 17, Pittsburgh Steelers 24. Got the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game by a margin of 7 points. The over and under set for this game is at 51.5. Forecasted score, I got them going at 41 points, going under for this game, with Pittsburgh Steelers covering their spread. Next game up, Cleveland Browns versus the Oakland Raiders. Cleveland is getting a favorable spread of 2.5 points. I got a forecasted score of 24-27. Cleveland Browns 24, Oakland Raiders 27. Got the Oakland Raiders covering this spread with a victory of 3 points. Over and under is set at 45.5. the forecasted score. I have them both teams scoring at 51 points. Got this game going over. Next game up, we have the Tennessee Titans against the Philadelphia Eagles. Looks like for this game, the Titans are getting a favorable spread of 3.5 points, with the over and under set at 41.5 points. My forecast, I have the Tennessee Titans scoring 21 points, with the Philadelphia Eagles scoring 31 points. I have Philadelphia covering their spread with a combined score of 52 points. I have this game going over the 41.5 point mark. Next game up, I have the Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. Looks like the Houston Texans are getting a favorable spread of 1.5 points, with the over and under set at 47.5. I have a score of Houston Texans 20, Indianapolis Colts 27. I have the Colts winning this game by 7 points and covering that spread with a combined score of 47 points. I have this game going under the 47.5 mark. Of course, any 1 point can set this game over, but as of right now, I am forecasting a combined score of 47 points, so going under the 47.5 mark. Next game up, Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Looks like the Broncos are getting a favorable spread of 4.5 points, with the over and under set at 56.5 points. I have a score, Denver Broncos 20, Kansas City Chiefs 24. I have the Kansas City Chiefs winning by 4 points, with the Denver Broncos being able to cover their spread of 4.5 points. Have a combined score of 44 points, which is going under the 56.5 point mark that Vegas has put together. Next game up, the LA Chargers versus the San Francisco 49ers. The LA Chargers are getting have to cover a spread of 10.5 points. I have a score, LA Chargers 24, San Francisco 49ers 18. I have the LA Chargers winning by a margin of 6 points, but not being able to cover that 10.5 point mark. I have the San Francisco 49ers winning this spread. The over and under, again, it's at 46.5. I have a combined score of 39 points. I have this game going under. Next game, we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Detroit Lions. Dallas Cowboys have to cover a spread of 3.5 points, with the over and under set at 43.5 points. I have a score of Dallas Cowboys 27, Detroit Lions 23. I have the Dallas Cowboys winning by 4 points, but not enough to cover their spread of 3.5 points. I have the Detroit Lions covering their spread in this game. Combined score, I have forecasted of 50 points. That is going over the 43.5 points that Vegas has come up with. Next game up, the New York Giants versus the New Orleans Saints. Looks like the New York Giants have a favorable point spread of 3.5 points, with the over and under set at 50.5 points. I have a score of New York Giants 21, New Orleans Saints 30. I have the New Orleans Saints winning this game by 9 points and covering their spread with a combined score of 51 points. That is going over the 50.5 mark. I have this game going over. Next game up, Minnesota Vikings versus the LA Rams. Minnesota Vikings are getting a favorable spread of 6.5 points. Over and under is set at 49.5 points. I have Minnesota Vikings 24, LA Rams 27. I have LA Rams winning by 3 points, but not enough to cover the spread of 6.5. I have the Minnesota Vikings covering their spread with a combined score of 51 points. That is going over the 49.5 mark. Next game up, the Chicago Bears versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chicago Bears have to cover a spread of 3.5 points with the over and under set at 46.5. I have the Chicago Bears scoring 24 points, Tampa Bay 17. Got the Chicago Bears winning this game by 7 points and covering their spread of 3.5 points. Combined score I have of 44 points. That is going under the 46.5 points that has been set for this game. And finally, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks. Arizona Cardinals are getting a favorable spread of 3.5 points with the over and under set at 38.5. I have a score Cardinals 17, Seattle Seahawks 26. Have the Seattle Seahawks winning this game by 9 points and covering their spread. Have the Seattle Seahawks winning this point spread battle with combined score of 43 points. That is going over the 38.5 mark that has been put for this game. So I have the Seattle Seahawks covering with this game going over at 43 points. That is it for this week for Against the Spread. Hope you enjoyed it, and you can join us next week for some more forecasts and some more spread and forecasted spreads. And we will see you next week. Hope you all enjoy the NFL this Sunday, tomorrow Thursday, and Monday night. See you all next week.